this video I show you how to create a new matter. Click under Clients, Clients and Matters, click on New Matter. The client must have already been created in order to store the matter under it, so specify the client by double clicking and selecting, or start typing the name and the client will come up. The matter name and the matter ID is automatically generated. And if you want to assign a responsible timekeeper, which is useful for commissions, and if you want to consolidate, this will merge all the other entries under the matters relating to the same client into one single invoice. Otherwise, each matter will have its own separate invoice generated when you're billing things out. Click Save. Now the name is what will appear on invoices, correspondence and reports. The matter ID will auto-populate to the next sequential number, and the number can be customized. By default, TimeSolve starts with the number 001. And then we have the responsible timekeeper. Again, this is useful for commissions, and you can assign a commission percent directly under the responsible timekeeper. This matter will not be displayed on the time entry and expense entry screen if the matter is not marked as active over here. And then we have the billable checkbox, meaning that all entries will be billed out for this matter. And then we have the hold billing checkbox. So if you have several matters with time entered that you don't want to bill and would like it to be cleared so they stop showing up in draft invoices, then you can click on hold billing. And then we have the billing code. This is used when generating the time entry report in CSV format. The billing code can be imported and exported from the matter in CSV. And we have the rate. By now we have a hierarchical system of rates in TimeSolve. So timekeeper default means that this is the pre-selected default rate applied in the timekeeper's individual settings for their typical rate. When no alternative is specified, the default rate will always be applied. And then we have the task and timekeeper default. So this means that the timekeeper default rate will be applied unless the task code chosen for the entry has its own specified rate. And then we have the global rate. The global rate is a customized rate saved under global rate section, and you can assign that for the matter. So for example, if you have a ongoing matter spanning over numerous years, you can have a 2015 rate applied to it by creating that under the global rate section. And then we have task, then global rate. Selecting this option again means that the global rate will be the standard rate applied unless the task code chosen for the entry has its own specified rate. And then we have the matter rate. Matter rates are applied at the matter level. So over here, if an individual matter needs a specific rate applied to it, then we will just go ahead, click this, and you can see from this message that it's already telling you in order to edit rates you need to save first. So I'm just going to click save, and we have this edit rates button applied here. If I click on this, then I can assign a matter rate against each individual timekeeper. And then we have the task then matter rate. Again, selecting this option means that matter rate will be the standard rate applied unless the task code chosen for the entry has its own specified rate. The start date is the activating date. It can be viewed on reports. And then we have the estimated end date, which is when you can estimate when this matter will be ending. Again, this is good for reporting purposes. And if you want to apply a purchase order number for this matter, you can do so here. And we have the task code option. So not displayed will mean that task code field will not show up on the time entry page when this specific matter is selected on it. And then we have the required, which means that this will be showed up as a field on the time entry page, and it will be a mandatory field, so the entry will not be able to save unless the timekeeper has specified the task code. And then we have optional, which means that it won't be a mandatory field, but it will appear where necessary. The timekeeper can then specify a task code. Again, the same options are displayed for the subtask code option. And we have account groups. This is for account edge use, so you would set these up under clients, settings, and account groups if you use account edge. Again, payment account groups are set up for account edge use. And then we have categories. So to help keep your matters organized, you can group them into different categories and subcategories. These categories can be selected when generating reports. To set these up, you would go under Clients, Settings, and the Categories tab. And we have subcategories again here, just as we mentioned, and we can specify whether or not this matter needs to be approved. If approvals are set up for time and expense entries, which would be under time settings and expense settings, then you will see this appear. And if no active approver is specified for this matter, then any newly created time and expense entries would be automatically approved. To set up approvers, you would click under Account, Timekeepers, and the name of the timekeeper, go under the General tab, and at the bottom you would have a Approver For button where you can set everything up. And then we have the Get Recurring Payment Reference Code. This is for LawPay. So you would get a code that you would copy into the reference field in LawPay.